We're launching a housing design catalog.
He's announcing a catalog, everybody. Hey, right on. Give him a round of applause. Come on, give him a round of applause. And a home. You might end up in a tent. Your rent is doubled, but hey, you've got a brand new catalog.
I thought I was going to make it through this, but I'm not. It hurts.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to The Fringe. It's time for a little bit of funny, a little bit of comedy here on the channel, and, well, why not have it at Justin Trudeau's expense, right? I know we all are sick and tired of listening to Justin Trudeau, but for comedy's sake, ladies and gentlemen, today I got to share some clips with you because Pierre Poilievre absolutely destroying Justin Trudeau in question period. It's laughable at best, and believe me, it's worth sticking around to see just the banter that's going on back and forth. This shows why Pierre Poilievre is going to win the next election, why he is most, I guess we'll say, capable of running the country when it comes to who we have to select from in the next election. Let's take a look at what happened in the House of Commons. Now, if you watched the intro, of course you did. There's some great stuff coming up, and we're going to get into that. But first, I want to show what led up to that, because there was some good back and forth. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I know you're sick of Trudeau. I'm sick of Trudeau, but stick around. The points made are very well fought back at by Pierre Poilievre. Let's go.
The Conservative Party has been using that approach about concerns on inflation to stand against things like national food programs for kids or dental care for seniors. They have stood and objected against and even campaigned against dental care for seniors over the past many months. But we've delivered to over 100,000 seniors of the 2 million who've already registered for dental care the support that they hadn't gotten in years or even decades. But he stands against it with some made-up excuse around inflation when delivering services delivers for Canadians.
He calls his own words a made-up excuse, Mr. Speaker. You can't make this stuff up. He said that when people ask him, can you send us more benefits or send us an extra $1,000 a month? Well, he responds, as soon as you do that, inflation goes up by exactly the same amount. Right?
Speaker, that is exactly why over the past years we've been focused on bringing down inflation by supporting Canadians, and it is working. For the past 4 months, Mr. Speaker, inflation has been down in the Bank of Canada target range while we continue to increase supports for Canadians.
I'll have whatever he's having. I mean, how can you be that delusional? Oh, we're bringing inflation down. Really? Really, Justin? Because the last time I checked, we can't buy food. We can't pay for gas. We can't pay our utility bills. What inflation have you brought down? That now you're trying to get everybody's capital gains? You want to reach into the pockets of those who have invested over time, those who have done their time in the market, those who have paid their taxes. You want to take everything they've gained? Give me a break. Let's take another look at Pierre's shots fired, and then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of what made this great in question period yesterday. Let's go.
Housing Minister, we built almost 200,000 houses and apartments, with the average rent being $973 for a one-bedroom apartment. But this Prime Minister is not worth the cost of housing, which has doubled 9 years after he and the NDP took power. What is he doing about it? He's giving $500 million to the mayor of Toronto, who has just jacked up home building taxes by 20%. Why does he reward local government gatekeepers that block the homes that Canadians need?
So before Captain Socks chimes in to talk about his word salad and lies, I just want to touch down that the mayor of Toronto, now when you look at Olivia Chow hanging around on Dundas Street talking about lowering the taxes, she has essentially put every dime that Toronto has into rainbow sidewalks, into renaming racist streets. Rather than looking after people, we've seen thousands of homeless around Toronto in encampments, illegal immigrants flooding the streets. You name it, Toronto has it. But Justin Trudeau gives them billions of dollars because, well, she agrees with his policies. That's all this is. It's patting the pockets of those who agree with you.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we are leading on the efforts to solve this housing crisis with a plan that is ambitious and concrete. Meanwhile, after having his housing bill panned by experts as being, quote, exceptionally weak response to the housing crisis riddled with loopholes, the Conservative leader chose to repeatedly delay debate in this House since October on his bill. That's because he just doesn't care. When he was minister, he lost 800,000 affordable apartments and only built 6 affordable homes.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Actually, the number is closer to 200,000, but the Prime Minister's never been very good with numbers, right? So the Prime Minister cites the government-funded bureaucrats and liberal academics to bolster his approach, which has doubled housing costs in just 9 years, partly because he gives money to municipalities and politicians like Winnipeg, where they just blocked 2,000 homes right next to a government-funded transit station built for those homes. Why won't he accept my common sense plan to give bonuses to those municipalities that permit more building and penalties to those that stand in the way?
So we're not going to let Justin chime in on this one because I'm going to explain something here. If you remember about a month ago, we showed a video of Justin Trudeau hanging out with, I always say Wab Kinew because I really don't care how I pronounce his name. He's not worth really mentioning anywhere. But Wab New, I guess, if you want to pronounce it properly, was in Manitoba talking about new government-funded residencies that we're going to go through. So, of course, they're blocking these ones because, well, the government's essentially going to buy property and then rent it back to Canadians. So, of course, there's money to be made in that. That's why we're seeing the blocking and the red tape when it comes to home building. Now, Trudeau wants to criticize Pierre's plan to build more homes, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Pierre's plan when he becomes Prime Minister of Canada, simply because I've stated multiple times, over 65% of Canadians either have a mortgage or own a home outright. Now, if all of a sudden somebody says, I want you to vote for me, but I'm going to build a bunch of homes, demand or supply is going to come back while demand is peaking, and we're going to reduce the value of those homes that people have purchased by having more supply, I don't see that 65% of Canadians saying, that sounds great, I'll vote for you. There's a lot of people who have paid overinflated prices on houses. So how Pierre is going to build homes while keeping values at a certain rate is going to be interesting, to say at the least. I welcome before I'll give judgment to see how it's going to get done. I'm sure we're going to talk about affordable style housing, smaller housing that's available for people to get in at a comfortable level. If you watch on the channel, we interviewed Callan, who was in Midfield trailer park in Calgary that was shut down. Trailer parks were even a common place for people who had little income to get into a property to move into that are now being removed from society. So again, it'll be interesting to see where Pierre goes with this, but I'm not going to judge until we see the plan. But let's take a look at where Trudeau thinks there's a solution. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, if you watch the intro again, it's catalogs. Let's get your popcorn. Here we go.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, the Leader of the Opposition's criticism is there's too many measures in our housing plan. Housing should be solved by a simple one-size-fits-all solution, according to the Leader of the Opposition. That's perhaps how he managed to build only 6 affordable homes when he was Minister of Housing. Because, yes, we have a broad range of initiatives that are delivering on housing, like topping up the Housing Accelerator Fund with $400 million, a new $6 billion Canada Housing Infrastructure Fund to help communities build. We're leveraging transit funding to build more homes. We're launching a housing design catalog. We're incentivizing more skilled trade workers.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
He's announcing a catalog, everybody. Hey, right on. Give him a round of applause. Come on, give him a round of applause. You can't afford a home. You might end up in a tent. Your rent is doubled. But hey, you've got a brand new catalog. Mr. Speaker, the question was, will he build 550,000 new homes, yes or no?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
He mentioned the history lesson. Well, if he was housing minister, he should have known that the way we solved the housing crisis after World War II was by putting forward a catalog of homes that builders could access to build extremely rapidly right across the country. So yes, that's one of the measures we're bringing back. And his
Do you see? He doubles down. Do you see how angry Stephen Guilbeault looks? I mean, it's laughable. It is so laughable. Before we head out, ladies and gentlemen, I want to point out that the intro came from this fantastic Twitter account, Red Pill North. These guys put out some really good clips, some really good videos. This announcement video down here that the account holder's back at work. Editing time is a bit limited, so they're going to do what they can to make edits. Now, I can't play the audio because it's got Justin and Jagmeet singing music via deepfake. But I'm just going to let it run so you can see how good it looks. Make what you want of the jokes of the shirts they're wearing. I'm not going to explain that one for the YouTube censors, but they make some really good content, ladies and gents. It's just funny at this point. I mean, this is what we need in life, is more humor to this. Look at Mark Garrettson. I mean, it's just hilarious. Like even this one. I'll just play a brief clip of this, and then.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pierre Apple Podcast, the only place where we serve up politics with a side of humor.
Again, because of the music, I can't play too much. I don't want to see a copyright strike, but guys, go check out Red Pill North Entertainment. These guys are absolutely amazing. They've got awesome clips making fun of Justin Trudeau, Jagmeet Singh, you name them. If they're on the left side of the spectrum, boy, do they get a dose of reality on that channel. What do you guys think about Pierre? What do you think about Pierre coming back, bouncing back? The shots just keep coming when it comes to question period. I have always said that question period to me feels like, the playground at school. There's a lot of kids yelling back and forth at each other. But the way Pierre handles himself, that quick wit, that sharp as a whip tactic that he's got to just bounce back, hurl the insults, and put Trudeau back in his place, I never get tired of it. I know people are sick and tired of hearing Trudeau, but when you see him get absolutely ridiculed and destroyed by Pierre like that, how can you not enjoy watching it? Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. If it's your first time here, I hope this video's earned your subscription. Make sure as you're clicking that button, you're hitting the bell for notifications, and join us live here on the channel every Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central for Friday Night Fringe, where we're going to go over everything that happened in the past week in politics, everything we know that's coming up ahead, and a little bit of back and forth within our communities. It's always great to hear what you guys have to say outside of making these videos, and I always look forward to speaking with each and every one of you every Friday night here on the channel. Definitely the highlight of my week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you on the next one.